She almost seemed bored. With a grin, she used that spoon to scoop out the girl's eye. There once was a little hospital at the end of a road. It was called Helps-a-Lot Hospital, and it made a great abode. Its many halls have helped many a child, even the ones that seemed kind of wild. But tonight, all the children are asleep in their beds, except one who was running the halls instead. Now who could possibly be awake at this hour? Why, it's Happy Holly, whose mood never soured. She knocks politely at the door and waits for a reply. Soon enough, the door opens, revealing a small boy looking shy. The boy asks what she wants, looking a bit scared. Happy Holly says nothing, but holds out a stuffed toy, a hare. The boy is surprised, but quickly snatches the toy. Even a simple stuffed rabbit could bring so much joy. He hugs the rabbit, his cheek on its fur. What happened next happened like a blur. Out of the rabbit's fur poked shards of glass. They pierced through the boy's skin. It happened so fast. One piece was lodged in the poor boy's neck. He spit and he sputtered, his body a wreck. Soon the boy's body hit the ground with a thud. Happy Holly smiled as she watched him drown in his own blood. She went to retrieve her new blood-soaked rabbit. A voice behind her said,
"You must stop this habit."
Again with this, Holly. Why won't you stop? These little games of yours makes my head want to pop. Can't you see that you cause nothing but pain? Not only that, but the floor's gonna stain.
Happy Holly spun to see her sister at the door. Angry Anna's face wore a frown and nothing more. Happy Holly shrugs, skipping back to her room in glee. She's happy to ignore her dear sister's plea. Angry Anna sighs. This is nothing new. She grabs a bag and a mop. It's what she must do. No one knows quite how long the twin sisters have been here. When their parents left them, not one shed a tear. Happy Holly stayed happy and silent. She wants to hurt others. Angry Anna stayed angry and vocal. She wants no one to suffer. The doctors and nurses found the twins' behaviour quite odd. They looked for reasons and answers, something to break the facade. They think Angry Anna knows why they are that way. But whatever the reason, she just wouldn't say.
The only reason I'm mad is because you grown-ups do nothing to stop my twin. Don't you know doing nothing in the face of evil is also a sin? Don't you care about the other kids? Do they matter at all? You're playing with their lives. They might as well be dolls.
Angry Anna stomped down the halls. She couldn't understand the doctor's point of view. They wouldn't be helpful. This she knew was true. A scream echoes down the hall, snapping Angry Anna from her thoughts. Was it Holly again? She really hoped not. She runs towards the sound, heart pounding in her chest. She reaches the cafeteria, and it was as she guessed. Happy Holly was on top of a little girl, pinning her to the floor. A plastic spoon in her hand, she almost seemed bored. With a grin, she used that spoon to scoop out the girl's eye. No one would help her. They were too scared to try. Angry Anna tackles her sister to the ground, allowing the girl to get free. She tells her twin to go to their room, and Happy Holly walks off leisurely. Angry Anna turns back to the girl and helps bandage her wound. The sight of the poor girl made her anger balloon. The girl tried to thank Angry Anna, but was quickly dismissed. Angry Anna stood before her with her hands on her hips.
You know how Holly can be, and you know the adults won't stop her. You gotta defend yourself. You gotta be a fighter. She already took your eye. Don't let her take more.
Angry Anna couldn't handle any more gore. She went back to their room, ready to confront her twin. But the room was empty. She just couldn't win. Angry Anna let out a sigh and began checking each room. She hoped and she prayed no one else would meet their doom. But those prayers went unanswered when she opened the janitor's closet. The smell hit her first. She wanted to vomit. A totem of various body parts sat proud in the centre. Placing the little girl's eye on the altar, Happy Holly marvelled at its splendour. Angry Anna fell to her knees, realising just how much her sister took. Happy Holly walked back to their room with a satisfied look. Angry Anna cried angry tears. She just couldn't understand. Why was this allowed to happen? Why did no one lend a hand? She knew she had to stop this. She confronted Happy Holly alone. If her twin couldn't get through to her, then she truly is as cold as a stone. Angry Anna screamed at her sister. Her rage finally reached the surface. She had spent her whole life in fear of her sister, but for once, she wasn't nervous.
It's not right. It's not fair. You get to act like this and everyone else lives in despair. You've hurt so many people, some even died. All the while I cleaned up your mess. I stayed by your side. The adults won't step in until I tell them what we know. And I'm really getting tired of putting on a show. They want the truth, and I think I'll just tell them all. Let's see what happens when the whole world begins to fall.
Before Angry Anna could blink, Happy Holly appeared inches from her face. She felt a knife in her throat. She was clearly outpaced. Happy Holly stared deep into her sister's eyes and shook her head no. Her message was clear. You will keep the status quo. But this threat didn't deter Anna. Not one bit. She had to stand up to Holly. She couldn't just quit.
Threaten me all you want, I'm not scared of you anymore. I will tell them the truth, I won't be ignored.
Happy Holly's grin grew uncomfortably wide. She opened her sister's mouth and stuck her hand inside. She used her knife to cut out Angry Anna's tongue. The fact her sister would do this to her really quite stung. Tears and blood dripped down Angry Anna's face. As Happy Holly left the room, Angry Anna accepted her fate. So Happy Holly continued her murderous ways, unhindered by no one. Angry Anna tried her best to stop her, but without her tongue, she knew there wasn't much to be done. Now that she had been silenced, the hospital staff left her alone. She glared as their sins were left unatoned. Now, I'm sure you want to know the secret that tore these twin sisters apart. I'll tell you. But we must go back to the start. The twins were left at Helps-A-Lot Hospital late one night. They were both quite scared and held each other tight. They felt out of place within the hospital's walls. They managed to escape down the street, but returned quite appalled. What they saw had changed them into the twins we know today. They realised Helps-A-Lot Hospital was the only place they could stay. Outside the hospital, they saw the edges of the universe. They felt the paper that no one could see. But they could see you, and they could see me. This made Holly very happy. She could do as she pleased. This made Anna very angry. Her insignificance made her seethe. So Happy Holly hurt others, knowing there would be no real consequences. And while Angry Anna hated the truth, she still came to everyone's defences. Who knows what would happen if the truth were let out? For now, it remains hidden behind a smile and a pout.